Imagine a world vastly different from our own. A world without cities, without roads, without even the simplest tools we take for granted. Travel back with me, 6.1 million years, to the dawn of our lineage. This isn't just a story of survival. It's a story of innovation, of community, and of the unsung heroines who laid the very foundation of what it means to be human. We're in the vast, sprawling savannas of ancient Africa. The air is thick with the scent of wild grasses and distant rain. Here, our earliest ancestors, hominins like *Orin tuginensis*, are taking their first tentative steps on two legs. Life is a constant struggle. The days are spent foraging for fruits, roots, and insects, and the nights are filled with peril. Predators like giant hyenas and saber-toothed cats roam this landscape, and a lone hominin is an easy target. For a long time, we've pictured these early ancestors as exposed and vulnerable, sleeping in trees or huddled together in the open. But what if that picture is incomplete? What if the drive to create a safe space, a home, began much earlier than we ever imagined? And what if the architects of these first safe havens were the mothers? Think about it. A mother with a dependent infant is incredibly vulnerable. Climbing a tree every night with a baby clinging to her is risky and exhausting. Finding a safe, defensible spot on the ground would be a gift. It's here, driven by the fierce, primal instinct to protect their young, that we see the first sparks of ingenuity. These aren't houses as we know them, but something far more fundamental. The first shelters. Picture a small group. The females, perhaps working together, are gathering fallen branches, large leaves, and thorny acacia limbs. They're not building a complex structure, but a simple, protective barrier. A dense thicket of branches woven together, creating a ring of safety in a dangerous world. It's a crude fortress, just enough to deter a curious predator or break the chilly night wind. Inside this makeshift sanctuary, the dynamics of the group begin to shift. It's no longer just a random collection of individuals. It's a community with a shared base. This central spot becomes a place for sharing food, for social bonding, and for caring for the young. The infants are safer, which means they have a better chance of survival. This simple act of building a shelter has profound consequences for the future of our species. Why the focus on the mothers? In many primate societies today, it's the females who are the primary caregivers and often the innovators in food processing and social strategies. It's logical to assume that this pattern extends deep into our evolutionary past. A mother's motivation to protect her child is one of the most powerful forces in nature. This drive would have been the catalyst for creating these first safe spaces, a behavior that would be passed down through generations, becoming more refined over millions of years. These shelters weren't just physical structures, they were the birthplace of culture. Within these protective walls, the first seeds of cooperation and social learning were sown. Young hominins would watch and learn, not just how to find food, but how to build, how to protect, and how to live together. The shelter became the heart of the community, a place where the bonds that define us first started to form. The evidence for these earliest structures is incredibly faint. Biodegradable materials like wood and leaves don't fossilize over millions of years. So, how can we be so sure? We look at the behavior of our closest living relatives, like chimpanzees and bonobos, who build nightly nests. We look at the environmental pressures of the time, and we use logical inference. The need for safety, especially for mothers and infants, is a universal biological imperative. The creation of a shelter is the most direct and effective solution. So, the next time you walk into your home and close the door, take a moment. That feeling of safety and comfort has roots that stretch back over 6 million years. It began not with grand designs or complex tools, but with a simple, desperate, and brilliant act of a mother trying to keep her child safe through the night. These anonymous mothers, our distant grandmothers, were the first architects, the first engineers, the first community builders. They didn't just build shelters. They built the foundation for humanity. This is a powerful reminder that history isn't just written by the great and the famous. It's shaped by the everyday actions of individuals, driven by the timeless forces of love and protection. The legacy of these ancient mothers is all around us, in every home, in every community. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back in time. If you found this fascinating, please hit that like button. Subscribe for more deep dives into our shared past, and ring that notification bell. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious.